Hey Star Wars fans, how you doing? My name is John. Welcome to my Star Wars Net 77 show. This episode, I'm going to talk about some upcoming exclusive Star Wars items coming out for this year's San Diego Comic-Con 2014. It's around the corner. It's happening sooner than later, of course, and the San Diego Comic-Con is the largest Comic-Con in the States, if not in the world. 130,000 people usually show up, and it generally sells out a year before the previous year, because that's when they put them up on sale. So it's kind of cool that companies are producing some really cool items for this convention. However, it's kind of uncool that people who are like myself who are unable to attend aren't necessarily able to pick up a lot of these items unless you have to go to eBay or secondhand market and pay 3-4 times the price oftentimes. So let me know what you guys think about that. But I'm going to go through a list of what's been announced so far. These are some really cool items, and I'm sure other companies will be announcing things soon. Like, for example, Sideshow hasn't announced any exclusive as of yet, because usually they've had some in the past, but they haven't had any announcements as of making this video. But they have announced, speaking of Sideshow, just going on a tangent here, they have announced a life-size Darth Vader, which is retailing for $8,000. So with 11 simple payments of $719 a month for 11 payments, you can buy this life-size Darth Vader. Personally, it's out of my budget. I think it's super cool, but again, super expensive. Let me start with Gentle Giant. Gentle Giant is one of my favorite companies making Star Wars items. They announced 3 exclusives coming out so far. A mini bust, which are really cool. The first one is a Luke Skywalker Ralph McQuarrie concept, which is really cool. This mini bust looks awesome. It's retailing for $85. Of course, if you're a Premier Guild member, you can purchase this online prior to the convention. Otherwise, you have to get one at the convention. I'm not sure how many pieces they're limiting this to. Usually it's around 200 to maybe 500 pieces. Not quite sure. Another one is Jack Perkins, the X-Wing pilot from A New Hope. He's also 85. And one thing I'm going to definitely pick up is a 12-inch AT Driver Empire Strikes Back blister card. This is a 12-inch jumbo figure line, and this will be unavailable outside of the convention, unless you're a Premier Guild member, of course, like myself. However, I'm not sure if they're going to plan on releasing, typically in the past, what Gentle Giant has done is they released a figure like with a coin for the convention, or made subtle changes, and then they've released the same figure later on than their normal blister pack. But since this is a normal Empire Strikes Back, I'm not sure if they're going to just release the AT Driver, maybe Power of the Force card. I'm not sure. That's possible as well. So if you can't get him at the convention, perhaps Gentle Giant will release him later on a different card back. What's kind of interesting, this is kind of a weird thing, and they're taking pre-orders for this at the convention. This is a Walgreens prototype Boba Fett. This is part of the 6-inch Black series. Now, in case you guys didn't know, Boba Fett was actually introduced in the Star Wars Holiday Special back in '78. And there were original pictures and the costume, makeup, and everything. And the costume, everything was white. It wasn't green. So this is kind of a prototype early version of Boba Fett, only available at Walgreens, although you can start doing pre-orders at San Diego Comic-Con. This is kind of a weird exclusive because I don't really affiliate Walgreens with toys necessarily. And they haven't announced a price on this yet. I'm thinking it's probably going to be between $20 to $30, hopefully, because usually 6-inch figures are about $20 each. So hopefully no more than 20. But it wouldn't surprise me if Hasbro decides to charge a little bit more because it is an exclusive. Acme is the company that's releasing a lot of these cool character keys, artwork pieces, and they're releasing an ULA creative piece that's going to come out only available for San Diego Comic-Con. So keep a lookout for that. Not quite sure again as far as the price on that, but I really love the artwork of these pieces. Really cool character key. Entertainment Booth is going to have a booth there, and they're teaming up with Toys R Us, and they're going to sell this Cantina 2-pack of Han Solo and Greedo, and it's going to be kind of a showdown piece. And it's going to be a Toys R Us exclusive after the convention. In fact, if you go on July 24th, you should go on their website and order it starting July 24th. But you can start taking orders at the Entertainment Earth booth. This is a really cool piece. I like the way it's set out. There's a table between the two, but these are basically repacks of the 2 previous 6-inch Black Series figures. You got Han Solo and Greedo have both been released, so they're just repacking it in this really cool box. Again, I'm not sure the price. Probably be closer to about $50 is what I'm thinking. I'll probably end up picking this piece up because I'm a big fan of the Black Series, but I can see a lot of collectors maybe pass on this since they are basically repacked figures. Funko is actually releasing a really cool 2-pack Pop figure. I love this line. This Pop series is really cool. They're almost like Japanese, big heads, big eyes. And this is a really cool 2-pack because it features a Wampa and Luke Skywalker. But what's really cool is the way this is actually packed. They have Luke hanging upside down. He's all bloody face. The Wampa has a missing arm that's cut off. Looks pretty sweet. I'm thinking that this piece is going to cost around 40 to 50, but again, I'm not sure as far as the price goes. And then what I'm also thinking that they may end up releasing this 2-pack later on, maybe without Wampa, with maybe a variation Wampa with the arm attached, and maybe Luke standing up rather than hanging upside down. It's possible, but this is a really cool looking piece. Definitely take a look out for this if you're at the convention. Hot Wheels has announced this really cool Darth Vader Hot Wheels car available through Matty Collector initially for pre-order. This thing sold out really quick. Retails for $40. It sold out within the first day, and only if you're part of their special membership as far as Matty Collectors go. I think it's Eternia membership. You could only pick this up. This is also going to be available at San Diego Comic-Con. What's really cool about this piece, though, it's the Darth Vader's like vehicle. That's really cool, but it's also in like a really cool lightsaber case. I love the display. It looks awesome. It looks like a piece you could definitely put in your room, your toy room, and it's one of those centerpieces for sure. I love the way this looks. Unfortunately, it's going to be hard to get, and it's a very popular item. But from Mattel, from what they've done in the past, these figures have been pretty readily available at the convention, unlike Hasbro, where their figures will sell out within the first day or so. Mattel has had a good inventory of these, so usually when you're still there on Sunday, you can still find this. So hopefully the secondhand market won't be too bad for this. $40 is kind of steep for just one Hot Wheels vehicle, but considering the display case, how limited it is, I think it's a pretty cool display piece for sure. My Cool Stuff has announced that they're going to give out these really cool exclusive coasters with anyone who goes to their booth and purchases an item. There's going to be 4 coasters. They have different quotes, famous quotes from the movie, like "Try not, do or do not, there is no try," or "May the force be with you always." Quotes like that. They're really popular from the movie. I love the design of these coasters, and for free, I mean, you can't beat it. And you can only get them at San Diego Comic-Con, so these will be definitely a cool item to pick up. I wish I was going to get these for sure. As most of you guys know, Jakks Pacific has been releasing these really cool 31-inch figure lines. They have Darth Vader and Stormtrooper so far, and these are really big figures, huge cases. Well, they've announced that they're releasing a Shadow Trooper, only available at San Diego Comic-Con. And what's unique about this figure, it's black. Obviously, the Stormtrooper is black. It's got the San Diego Comic-Con logo in the corner there. But this is going to retail for $50 US. This thing is a giant piece. It's kind of an odd item to have at Comic-Con because it's going to be heavy lugging this thing around, and especially shipping this back or getting this back logistically is going to be a nightmare for a lot of collectors. But super cool. I'm not quite sure how limited this item is, but I love what Jakks Pacific is doing with these 31-inch figure lines. Super cool, and I love the Shadow Trooper. I think it's a really, really cool looking piece. Big Bad Toy Store, along with Diamond Select Toys, is releasing a Spirit Yoda Bank. I'm not quite sure how much this is going to cost, but they've released a Yoda Bank before, available at stores. What's different about this one is he's got kind of the clear blue, transparent, spirit-like mold on it. So that's kind of, he represents being a spirit, so, so it's kind of cool. I love the mold of this. I actually really like the other mold as well. I think it's a really cool piece. Not sure the price, and I love the spirit aspect of things too. It'll be interesting to see how well this does. Speaking of My Cool Stuff, they're actually releasing, as part of the car stuff line, some exclusive Star Wars mats for your car. So this is a really interesting item. I think you have to be a diehard Star Wars fan to have Star Wars mats in your truck or your vehicle. Not sure as far as price. I'm not sure how limited this item is, but I guess license for Star Wars is everywhere, and why not mats in your car? Dark Horse Comics has worked on Star Wars comics for years, as releasing a very exclusive variant cover for their upcoming comic book. This cover looks really cool, and it's only going to be available at Comic-Con. The comic will be available outside of Comic-Con, but it will have a different cover on it, so keep an eye out for that. I mentioned earlier in this video about the life-size Darth Vader by Sideshow. I want to also mention real quick, and this isn't a San Diego Comic-Con by all means, but this is what Gentle Giant is actually releasing. They're releasing a life-size vintage Darth Vader, which is going to stand about 7 feet tall. He's going to have an intertractable lightsaber. He's going to have a vinyl cape, everything. And he's going to retail for $2,600. So significantly less than the $8,000 that Sideshow is asking for their realistic life-size Darth Vader. This one's $2,600. Still not cheap, but you have free shipping, which is nice. And if you're a Premier Guild member, you save 10% off of that as well, which is a bonus. So guys, let me know if you guys plan on going to San Diego Comic-Con. If so, let me know what items of these you plan on picking up. Also, let me know what items you like that are coming out, and maybe what items you'd like to see as well. Please leave a comment below. You can always stay in touch. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter. I have a website coming out soon. It's going to be swnet77.com, so please stay tuned for that. Hasn't launched yet, but will happen probably in a couple months or so. And as always, guys, I appreciate you guys subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. We'll see you guys soon. May the force be with you. Take care.